What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode, a classic episode at that, of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Now, the reason you clicked on the thumbnail, that's right, folks. We're going to go ahead and continue our 2023 NFL Draft Prospect Series. I'm not going to fail you on this one. I got a gentleman coming out of Texas Southern, one of the biggest, baddest D linemen. Not only coming out of Texas Southern, he might be the best D lineman since Michael Strahan to play for the school. Y'all want to take and check out his stats down below. I'm going to have the link in the description. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce him. Demontario Anderson, D lineman, Texas Southern. Demontario, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Can't complain, though. I really thank you, man, for having me on this show today, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, man. And you're a busy man, You're putting in work. You got a pro day coming up. You got the NFL draft coming up. So for you to come on this show, man, I really appreciate you, man.
Appreciate that, man. Let's do it. I'm ready to get started.
Yes, sir, man. Before we get into the accolades, man, you had like 18 or 18 and a half sacks throughout your college career. You were a menace to offenses, man, from pass deflected to forced fumbles, man. You're just a lot of fun. You play like a man possessed, man. You're a lot of fun to watch out there. Take us from the beginning. When did you first fall in love with the game of football?
Crazy thing, though. So I didn't start playing football until my junior year in high school. I was only a basketball player. Was born, raised up in Jackson, Mississippi. And, it was time for me to move, because Mississippi is really a hard time progression in the state, though. So I ended up moving to Texas, got into a new school, Corpus Christi area, and I was in Beeville, Texas. So when I got there, they just gave me a tour around the facility and everything. They was like, yeah, you come here and play football. Never played football before. So they basically forced it on me. I was like, I'm only here to play basketball. That's it. I got my schedule on the first day of class. I had football, basketball. They put me in every sport, though. And so that's whenever I actually fell in love with it. It was really rocky road for me at first. I had to really adjust to it. I was a small, skinnier guy. Like I said, I only played basketball. I never really had to lift actually heavy before, though. And I think my first day I got there, they was already maxing. I think my first bench max was like 165. Junior year though. So we had to put in a lot of work though. As you can see on my story, today I did 335 for 5 sets though, and it was just work. We didn't do some work though, so we didn't have a lot of growth. It's been a long road though, but man, my junior high school.
Man, that's amazing. And I mentioned before we started this interview, man, I saw you on your Instagram story. You hit 225 25 times. Dude, that's amazing. There's a few NFL players who can't do that, man. So
the crazy thing about that is it was a really cold day. So it's really hard to warm up, and me and the other guys I'm actually training with though, we were having a rough day. In Texas, the weather has been really up and down though. So
the ice storm recently, right?
Not in this area. Though.
Oh, gotcha.
Dallas area. I'm in Houston, of course. And it'll be 35, 20 in the morning one day, and then the next day it'd be 60 to 75 though. And that day it just hit us. We was having the mock pro day, and it was just freezing cold. Cold. I think whenever it gets around that pro day time, that March, that warm time though, I'd definitely be able to kill it though. I'd be able to kill it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I used to live in San Antonio, man, so I already know what time it is with that. The winter, there's an actual real life winter that exists in Texas, and it's just as the polar opposite of the summer, but it is cold.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And that's cool, man. You mentioned you play basketball. We've seen a lot of NFL players have success who were once basketball players, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, and it kind of makes sense now when you watch the tape of you, man. Like you're doing moves that a lot of D linemen really can't do, man. So that's pretty cool, man.
Got you. Crazy thing. A lot of people didn't know. I had offers in 2 different sports actually, and Texas Southern was one of the only sports that offered me football and basketball, and so I committed on football and basketball. And when I kind of like started weighing in on it, I really got a lot of attention freshman year though. I really just went with my gut, even realizing that I'm letting go of the sport that I've been playing since I was basically a baby. I went with football, and I actually have no regrets. I have no regrets though, actually giving it up, actually.
That's beautiful, man. And you know, it's something about football, man. I did college football for 1 year at D2
Uh-huh.
at New Mexico. And yeah, I remember going there. I was going there for basketball.
Right?
Something about the turf, man, when the recycled tires kick up in your face when you tackle someone, that glory, man. I'm sorry, I love basketball, but man, it just don't give you the same glory.
With football, you know, you can just express yourself. You know, basketball now, the game is changing though, so it's a lot more stricter. You know, it is always than it was before. Football, man, you just go out there. You can just zone out and really just do what you do. But you know, you can do what you do. You don't really have to hesitate on anything though. You can be as violent as you want though. You can be as fast as you want though. You can be all over the field though. And so I took advantage of that. You know, every game. You know, most of the guys usually like to be the hype guys before though. I actually turn on R&B. Actually try to focus in.
Oh, you saying focus? Okay.
Focus in on my task, actually not trying to get routed up though, but focusing on how I can be the best me every game though. So I was more of a lock-in guy. I didn't have to yell. I didn't want to yell in nobody's face. I didn't have to cuss anybody out, man. Whenever I get on the field though, that's when it's a turn on though. That first hit, that first snap though, that's when it's turned on for sure.
Man, I love it. You mentioned you're training right now. Again, pro day is right around the corner. Where are you training right now?
I'm training at Outlet Sports with my main trainer being Justin Allen. A guy that had a lot of professional athletes. You know, he was also on Last Chance. Played there. So, and he's a guy that actually found me, actually helping with a lot of things that a lot of HBCU guys really don't have. You know, and like I said, I'm very underrated though. So, really shout out to Justin. He actually hit me up on Instagram, and we actually ended up running to each other at the same gym in Houston, and that's when y'all kicked off. That's when I kicked off though. I was actually right before draft training actually really started though. At the top of January though, we just ended up meeting at the same day. Just a coincidence though. Didn't plan it out, anything like that though. Met him there. We got our information though. He told me come work though, and we got right to it though. He's a really great trainer though.
That's dope, man. Hey, God has a plan, man. That's cool.
For sure.
That's awesome, man. You mentioned that you're from Mississippi originally. You really went to Texas for Texas Southern for better opportunities and whatnot. Obviously we have Coach Prime. He went off to Colorado, but there's still a lot of gems, and I'm paying attention to a lot of different pages, and they're still getting a lot of like highly regarded 3- and 4-star recruits to a lot of these schools. So it's really awesome that the work is continuing. What do you see the future for the SWAC conference?
The SWAC is taking off in a really good place, a lot of guys really understanding that, as you can see, even in football and basketball, a lot of the better guys not even going to the Alabamas or say in basketball, the Duke anymore. A lot of guys basically just want to be seen and heard their first year, and so they actually go into places that's more comfortable for them whenever they first actually into college though. And so SWAC is actually a really good place to start off at, especially with Coach Prime giving us a lot of more attention though, a lot of more ESPN games now. And so you really start to have all the tools you need though. Of course, SWAC is working on the funding. That a lot of schools really don't have though. But basically you have a different journey when it comes from the SWAC though. I feel like we're really the more of the greedy players though, because we don't get full fed compared to a lot of other schools. We have a lot of less resources though. So whenever we get into our best ceiling in college from a standpoint though, we have to grind just a little bit different though. We have to find our way just a bit different though, and actually try to get to those level or even higher level though than our competition and guys around us though. So I think SWAC is headed to a really great place. You have a lot of more NFL players start to look into coaching. As you see, Reed was there for a bit, didn't really work out due to the funding issue though. But as you know, it's getting attention though. So the guys, as you can see, James Houston, we just have to be seen. We just have to be heard. And I feel like we have the talent. I think a lot of people usually want to pick the size though, but we actually in places we really do have the size in the SWAC though. We just have to be seen. We just have to be heard though. And that's why, like I said, I feel like I'm very an underrated athlete though. Did everything I can as a captain, did everything I can as a player though, and control what I control. I think the SWAC is in the good hands though. All you gotta do is just keep rolling, keep building off of though, and everything should really be okay for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, some schools, they love taking in black athletes, man, but they don't always recognize them as the individual,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a cultural thing that's important. It's important.
Different experience though, we have a lot of attention or a lot of more.
There's the bands, the culture. It's so much, man. I went to a boring school. I went to New Mexico Highlands, man. There was nothing going on there. So
We have a lot of culture though. That's what a lot of things are actually the swag is really building off of. Even outside of football though, we have a lot of things going on with the campus though. U of H right across the street. They come over to our campus and have fun. So it's building though. It's getting to a good place.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, you mentioned your training. Back to that, when I watch your tape, it's very tough to see, really any downsides to your game. But if you could just kind of lighten us, man, what are some parts of your game you're hoping to really elevate come this pro day?
Mm-hmm. I'm an explosive player, and due to basketball, though, I have a lot of intangibles that I have that a lot of other people don't have. Though I have a quick twitch. But the guys that I'm training against mostly are skilled guys, though. We got some guys from Texas State. We got some guys from U of H, though, ACU, though. A lot of FBS schools, a lot of FCS schools. Most of them are skilled guys, though. And what I think is benefiting me off of being more of a middle skilled athlete is that I am in competition with those guys every day. So I see those guys' numbers, and I can't be too far out there because who wants to be last? Who wants to be, So I'm actually in the mix though. One thing for me, I'm competitive. I want to work on being explosive. I want to work on actually getting stronger though. Even though there's always room to improve somewhere in my game though. And so just overall being a better student and understanding though where and how I can hit my ceiling though. And
Love it.
willing to learn. I was willing to get stronger. I was willing to get faster though. So technique, forming wise though, I feel like I'm actually at really good numbers though after just seeing the numbers I put up in my mock and on my day to day when we doing our combines though. And so once I get my technique a little bit more snappy though, it's gonna be crazy.
That's awesome, man. So really just refining what you are already good at pretty much.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
awesome. That's awesome. And that explosion, if you don't have it in basketball, you're not going to be a very good basketball player. Actually, I think I don't know if it was an Instagram story on your page, but yeah, man, you can dunk as well too. So you have the up as well. I saw that, man.
Oh yeah, like I said, look, I have a few things, things I have with me that a lot of other guys don't have. Being a bigger player though, I'm 245, and I can jump. I can run very fast. Though. I'm actually quick though, and so just building off those though, be competing every day, is going to improve me for sure, for sure.
Absolutely, man. And if you don't mind me asking, what are some players that perhaps you model your game after?
I model my game after. So, as I also tell guys whenever they're looking at film, I'm a really great film watcher. Like I said, I like to learn though. So I really more look at people of my size though. So around that 6'2", 245, I'm a hybrid, So I look at it a bit of a TJ, bit of a Shaquille Barrett, Danielle Hunter. Those last two guys for sure. The Shaquille Barrett and Danielle Hunter, I really admire. I really admire the game. And also, Michael Parsons though, explosive player, only a 40 guy though, but he's quick though, he's powerful though. Those the guys I actually try to try to gain and try to learn off of. As I love their quick twitches, I love the way they pass rush, I love the way they can hide their stunts, how they drop, how they read the person in front of them, how they read the quarterback though, how and so it's a lot of things you can also learn week by week as you look at NFL players. They all have different tools though. So I try to add a little bit in my training. Hey coach, I seen the nil do a cross chop here though. So can we work that? I know I didn't did it before though, but but he had it where he's more, his steps down, when it's time to hit it though, how he set it up though. So I watch a lot of film. I study the people that I really do admire though. That's really how I actually try to build off those guys.
That's awesome, man. And that film is going to come into play because a lot of folks they're just working, and that's good too. But you got to also have the mental part down as well too. It's like a receiver not knowing which route he's going to run. He's going to hesitate, can't hesitate. You got to be explosive, ready to know your play. So
sure.
That's good. That's real good.
The game is most definitely mental though. I tell guys, I see guys in college, everybody good at drills. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of guys are athletic already. A lot of us are athletic already. A lot of us have the size already though. But what separates you is how you respond and how you use those drills in games. A lot of us fail to when we do all of these drills though. We like to look flashy, we like to post on Instagram though. But how do we take these drills that we do every day and add them into the game though. And that's something that I always worked on because in college I played in 3 different defenses though. And so I learned 3 different skill sets though and how to play that hybrid to end. And until my last year we were rushing 3 guys.
Yeah.
And I got stuck on the line that's 245 and had a really great year.
Yeah.
Even versus bigger competition like North Texas though, and like the Baylor and though, I end up getting stuck in in the 4 wide sometimes though, and I actually still make plays though. And so use my size and use what I have my tools as an advantage though to still try to show that I can play with these guys, I can be dominant versus these guys though, and I can put on the show as well.
Love it. I love it. I love it. And then what's something you want NFL teams to know about you that they may not know already about you?
Easily coachable. Like I said, I played in 3 different defenses. That's not easy, being able to move around, being able to play all 4 linebackers in the 3-4, being able to somehow taking double teams your senior year whenever you haven't been and to lose athletes though. I'm very coachable, and my mindset is really great. I'm positive though. So the coach says I find a way to get it done though. And we're good to go though. I know I'm not a person really talk back. Never really had that though, because I was raised. I had really great parents though, and so I'm really coachable. I understand. Extra film. I watch film more than anybody. I think I used to get on my coach's nerve though. I used to get with even the offensive line coach, even though he's not my coach. I can learn. Hey, so I'm facing the top sweat guy, offensive lineman this year. So can you tell me? I mean, this week. So can you tell me what moves I can possibly, And so I really do love film. I really love learning. I love actually taking in new information that I really never heard before. Like I said, I'm not one of those guys that have been playing PB football since I was little though. So I'm always learning. I'm always a student of the game. I started my junior year though, and basically was just see ball, go get ball. And that is through college though. I'm like, I really do. I'm starting to love this sport. And so I'm coachable, and I'm a quick learner for sure.
Love it, man. And then last question of the night. Once you find yourself on an NFL roster, doesn't matter which round you get drafted in, or even if you're UDFA, you make that final roster. What are some of your goals for the next level?
To show people why I'm slept on, one thing I is that I have film. I have film though, but with the professional things, as if you go look up my name, I think it says I have a total of 7 sacks, though my film say otherwise. Yeah. It said I have a total of like 11 TFLs, though my film said otherwise, though. To show people I'm actually who I am in my film, though. I am not only highlights. I can give guys full games, and you can see my tendencies in those games, though. That I'm a lot better than what a lot of people think of me, though. And so with those stats being actually not getting counted correctly, I got kind of screwed out of our conference this season, sadly. It's an HBCU legacy game that I'm hoping that I actually still get an invite for, though. So I really feel like I'm slept on, though. So I have that chip on my shoulder every time I work out, every time I'm training. I'm looking at film and everything, looking at myself and see where I can improve at, though, and show that I have that talent that I say I have.
Love it. I love it, man. Demontario, thank you so much for taking and joining me on the show here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have all of his social media stuff down below. Give this man a follow. Sure. But listen, you're going to take and follow this man. He's going to inspire you, man. This guy's putting in work day in and day out. I've interviewed some of the hungriest. Y'all know Rondale Morton came through here. Y'all know, Hassan Haskins, all the big names. We got some big names from TCU coming in a few weeks. This young man is hungry. He's hungry. He's ready to eat, and he's ready for an opportunity, man. So, Mr. Anderson, thank you so much, man. But before you go, any shout-outs?
Shout out to my support system. A lot of people usually want to try to please everybody. I have this small group of people that I look at. They know who they are. I don't only have to say it though. Outside of my support system, my family, and the people that I really be with on a day in, day out, who truly believe me. Shout out to Coach Carter. He's going to be looking at this for sure. A guy that actually, we actually beat off each other. He's my D-line trainer. Got him on the Texas Southern as a GA, and now he's got his own linebacker room at another college. Shout out to him. Shout out to my dog Justin for the training. And I think that's about it, man. I'm really grateful for the people I have around me, supporter system I really have around me, though, and God for sure. Shout out to God, though. Without him, though, we wouldn't be here today.
That's right. Hey, Yahweh's the way. And Demontario, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend continues. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I cover all 32 NFL teams plus NFL exclusive interviews. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the alerts, comment below, and we'll catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith.